as food is a general need, people eat different things. Food needs are different in location. Food needs are different in the kind of money people are making. You know that when you don't have money, you can be drinking garri. When you now have money, you now start eating Alfredo pasta. You start eating all of that. You get? So, see, I don't know who has started a food business that do not make money. The Akara lady on the road is making money. Your KFC chain of restaurants is making money. Your audience will be well fed, or your audience will know that you spent money in this event. All of these are different content strategies that food vendors or people in the food industry use to be able to get community, get customers on board. You can sell anything in the food industry, but content is really key, because with food, it's our eyes first before our money leaves the pocket. Now today I told you guys I'm going to be talking about how to start your food business in Nigeria. But before I start that conversation, give you a list of at least 10 food businesses that will make you a billionaire in 2022 if you want to start that food business in 2022. The first thing is that you can start your food retailing business, and that goes from retailing fresh foods or retailing preserved food or packaged food, which is like your grocery store, or you want to retail food stores that goes from retailing the rice, beans, exporting, importing, retailing fresh food stuff, retailing fresh vegetables, or retailing fresh fruits. See, the food business is a multi-million naira business. See, the Akara lady on the road is making money. The lady in the market selling meat, selling vegetables is making money. Your KFC chain of restaurants is making money. Our own Chicken Republic, you can know that at every street in your place or in your state or in your area, there is one Chicken Republic. He's making money. See ShopRite, Chispa, opening supermarkets everywhere. See our own Ebano opening everywhere. That's to give you a cue that, hello, food business is the business. Like, if you are doubting any other business, food business is Baba. And not just that food business is Baba, everybody needs food to eat. But this is where I'm going to give you the secrets to food business. Now, why all of us need to eat to stay alive? All of us don't need to eat the same type of food to stay alive. Selling coffee in the New York, starting a Starbucks can make money. But in this Nigeria, if you come to sell coffee at Ajegule, you must really explain to us what is going on with you. Because it's not that coffee is not okay, but it's not what we are used to. It's not what we like. In Nigeria, we have other beverage. In short, instead of taking coffee, in Nigeria might just decide to take Lipton, Milo, and all of it. And yes, all of them are all cocoa products and all that. But this is to explain to you that as much as food is a general need, people eat different things. Food needs are different in location. Food needs are different in the kind of money people are making. You know that when you don't have money, you can be drinking garri. When you now have money, you now start eating Alfredo pasta. You start eating all of that. You get? So different things work for different people. Just like somebody that wants to start maybe a pig business. You did not start that pig business in the south. You did not start it in the west. You did not start it in the east. You are carrying pig to go and sell in the north. Your pig will be roasted if you are not careful. The northerners don't eat pig. So a lot of things around food is very, very sensitive. You get? So as much as, food is profitable, it's really important for you to understand the dynamics, do your research before you are jumping into the food business. So before I take much of your time, please subscribe guys. Subscribe to this channel, guys. I have a lot coming. I'm going to talk about how to start your business, how to create business plan. Subscribe. So let me take you further. Now I'm going to give you a list of 10 businesses to start in Nigeria. I've talked about the retailing part. I'm going to talk about how you can run a food business on social media without actually doing the food. Now, we have food influencers. What they do is just they stay in their kitchen, they cook, create recipe, and they share online. And before you know it, they have a community. Before you know it, brands are paying them to be able to advertise their stuff, be able to advertise their products. That happens. We have a food photographer. I have a friend that she went from being a baker to being a food photographer, and now she doesn't just do food photography. She does food photography on the side. She also does food styling. And then she has her own Zobo product and chia seed products. There are a lot of things to do in the food industry. Like, the food industry is very versatile. So you can decide to say, oh, I'm going to retail food stuff. Or 2, you can decide to say, oh, I'm going to be a food content creator or a food influencer, build a community on any social media platform and become an influencer. You can decide to say, I'll do importation and exportation of food stuff. Import maybe rice. No, they are banned rice in Nigeria. So you can import other food stuff. You know, people used to import bread to Nigeria. It will surprise you the kind of things that sells when it comes to the food industry. Stuff. Or you can export our local products, indigenous products, to other African countries or other Asian and European countries as a business. You can decide to open a restaurant or a fast food. You can decide to start a bakery, to start a culinary school where you teach people how to cook different things, maybe intercontinental food or local dishes, whatever. And decide to start a food content school where you teach people how to, other vendors, how to style their food, how to take pictures and all that. That is there. You can start a baby food business just for kids. You can decide to sell fresh vegetables online. That is there. You can decide to start your own FCG business, like fast moving goods. So you can decide to create your own biscuit recipe and start selling biscuits. That is there. Selling drink. That is there. Catering for events, whether it's corporate events, big events, weddings. That is there. Selling food packaging materials. That is there. Selling intercontinental dishes or food delivery. That one is there. Anyhow you want it, there are several businesses to start. You can sell small chops, you can do cake, you can do vegan food, you can do just grills, just selling only grills, roasted plantain, roasted yam, roasted fish, roasted chicken. You can sell that. You can go into egg retails, you can go into poultry meat retails, you can sell frozen foods, you can sell anything, guys. At this point, you know that the list is.
So now let's talk about how you're going to start your food business. Steps to take to start your food business. I would always advise to start with this first step. Choose a niche. Choosing a niche for your food business is the most important decision to take and the most important step to take. Why is this important? There are a lot of things to do in the food industry. In short, there is nothing you're going to do in the food industry that is typically new. So when you're going to choose a niche, you're going to choose a niche that you understand, a niche that is profitable, and a niche that you can express yourself well as a food business owner. Now pick a niche. You can pick a niche when you're doing retails in business. It's really not difficult to pick a niche. You can pick a grocery niche, you can pick a foodstuff niche in the retail. 5 important reasons why you need a niche is it helps you position your business better. It helps you understand what your brand would bring to the table. It also helps you to be able to do a more tailored and personalized marketing to be able to promote your business and bring customers on board. It also helps you not to spend money on the wrong resources trying to get everybody on board. So when you're doing your marketing, it helps you to streamline your marketing. The 5th reason is that it helps you to create personalized meals or create a personalized business vibe for your business. So when you understand the niche you want to do, you're not spending money or wasting time doing the general things. The most important thing to look out for when choosing a niche, when starting your food business, is learn how to cook. I don't know how to say this but if you don't know how to cook and you want to do the food business, it's okay for you to understand that and find someone who knows how to cook. Employ a chef or employ a cook to help you with your food business. If you don't know how to cook, don't go and start stirring the pots. Don't go and start what you cannot finish. Just look for another business in this industry. Go and sell food stores, go and retail, do open grocery, do anything you want to do, create food content and all that. Be able to do all that, because if you don't know how to cook, there's no need to be in this business. And you know I always talk about this. Learn the skill. Learn the skill. And learning the skill does not just mean, oh, your mother taught you, your father taught you. Go out there, go for cooking classes, schools, go to culinary schools and learn what is prevalent, what is trending, how people are cooking the food now, how people are serving the food now, how people are plating the food now. Understand how the industry is going and know how to position yourself for your food industry. Now, in the food space is really big. It's really big, guys. The food space is really big. So it's really important for you to understand what is going on, so that when you're picking your niche and when you're positioning your brand, you're doing that with all sense of knowledge, with all skills and all, like you're doing that with informed knowledge. So it helps you better when you know how to do that. So go and learn how to cook. Don't cook without knowing how to cook. If you need to bake, go and learn how to bake. And you're not just learning how to bake. You're going to learn tips, hacks. You're going to learn some small things that you didn't know that would
make a difference in your business. Some small hacks that you can use to learn how to cook the food faster, or be able to present the food better, or to be able to do your pricing better. Learning the business of cooking or business of doing the food business is really important. Now let's move on to the third step. The third step is your business registration. Now in Nigeria, I know that there are a lot of organizations or national institutes that look out for companies or restaurants that cook, people who provide the things we eat. There is NAFDAC, there are a lot of food organizations. So you might have to find out what organization you want to register with, the requirements to be able to run this business in a particular state, or the requirements to be able to run this business in Nigeria as a country. Find out what you need to find out. CAC is not the only registration you need as a food business owner. So don't go and just do CAC and say, oh, I've done registration. No. You can do your CAC, you can do your tax, you can open your bank account, but find out other institutions or organizations that govern the food business or the food industry in your state or in the country, Nigeria, and find out what you need, requirements you need, what they need you to do. Register with those people, because if you don't, once you start your business, you'll just be there one day, people will come and be knocking at your door. When they come, they'll come and say, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, and before you know it, the business you just started is down to the ground because you didn't understand who controls the business. There is what we call cabal, so there is who that controls the business, and because food is a sensitive thing to sell, so it's really important for you to understand, for the type of business or food industry or business you want to start, understand what is needed to be able to run that business. Any registration you need, any papers you need, what are the requirements, any organization you need to join so that you can be able to understand what's going on in the country, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. The next thing you want to do for your business is to create a business plan. And now I know that this is the fourth thing, and some people will tell you no, it's the first thing to do. No, it is the fourth thing to do, because now you understand the business you want to do. Now you've gone to the people that are governing the food industry in your state, in your country, and you understand their own requirement. Now you want to create a business plan. Now your business plan is a living document, and this is the reason why I always advise people, just do what you can do at the moment. It's something you always review and update as time goes on. So just do your business plan, and the reason why it's important to do your business plan is because it details everything you need in your business, including the finances you need to run your business. So do your business plan. If you cannot do it, find people who can do it. In my next video, I'm going to be detailing what is needed in a good business plan. But another important part of your business plan is your financial projection, because the food business is really capital intensive. If you're not buying food stuff, you're buying equipment. If you're not buying equipment, you're renting a location. All that is involved in running the business. So you want to understand how much money you're going to spend, which leads me to the next option. How much capital do you have available? Do you just want to start a business without having money on ground? No, wrong step. So understand how much do you have. How much does this business need to start and keep running for maybe 3 months and 6 months, or maybe 1 year, however you want to look at it, but find out how much you need to start. You need to rent a place. Do you need to buy equipment? You need to pay staff, packaging, your social media presence, marketing, and all that. Understand how much this business really needs to start running, and then do your financial projections, how much you want to make, and all that. All that is all put up in your business plan. Now, the next thing you want to be thinking about in your business or your new food business you want to start is, who are your suppliers? Now, because the food industry is a chain industry, like one person relies on the other person. It's like a food chain. So you have wholesalers, you have people in the farm, you have wholesalers from them, you have another people that takes it off from them, people that they call the takeoffs, you have retailers, you have people that sell in the market, people who even buy from the market and sell in the streets. You want to understand who your suppliers are. Getting a very reliable and affordable supplier is going to help you be able to start your business without wasting so much money. So ask questions, go to the marketplace, find out how people are buying their stuff, and be able to find out how you can get a reliable supplier for your business to make or mar your business. So find out who the suppliers that are available, have conversations with them, negotiate prices with them, also have their own timeline, so that you can also know when you need stuff in your business, when those stuffs will be available, so that you can create your menu, create your product and all that using a specified timeline. It's not you go and meet a supplier that say, oh, they will deliver in August, and by September they'll tell you your goods is still on the road. that will kill your business. So it's really important for you to understand who your supplier is. This will really help you because most of the things you will buy will be in bulk, so you really need to settle that fact out. Now, the most important thing nobody tells you about, guess what? Guess. Your team, guys. Your team. You can be the best cook in the world, and one person in your team that does not know that they don't put salt in a particular food will put salt there, and before you know it, you have an angry customer. Before you know it, the customer tells somebody that tells another person that this restaurant, they don't know how to cook. You have lost a chain of customers. Your team is important. Your team is vital. It is key to understand the people you want to work with, and this is my cue to tell you, get the best hands. Get the best hands. And this still comes down to how much do you need for your business. If you start employing people on your first month of doing business, that means you need more money than you have budgeted. So if you need more hands, make sure that you're getting reliable team members to be able to help you run your business. And let me break it down. You can say, oh, I am just doing snacks, I am just baking, I can do it on my own. No, you'll be spending a lot of time doing operations instead of managing sales, the things that bring in money into the business. So you can get maybe one person that you can teach to do the stuff, the cooking and all that, and it's not that you will not be there, you'll be there, but you can still handle other things. So team is important. While I'm not a food expert, I've also tried to run a food business, tried to do a more business while I was in school. I also tried to sell drink. I actually sold drink for an event, and then I started thinking of doing drink supply for different events. It was a pageant event in Uyo, and my friend just connected me somehow. I connected another of my friend, and we put money together, and we made the easiest money I have ever made in my whole life in that pageant. So as I said, food industry is really wild, but you have to understand what you need. Your team is important. Your team is important. It's really important. So think about it. Whether you are employing today or employing next month or next 6 months, you must be able to employ reliable hands. If not, if somebody eats poison in your food, or somebody dies or have food poisoning after eating your food, you know that you're about to lose a business. Do you understand? It's very sensitive. Not like when I buy a clothes from a store and it doesn't fit me. It doesn't have as much consequence as you cooking a food and somebody now eats it and then something happened to them. It's not our portion in Jesus' name. Now let's move on to the next one. The last but not the least is promoting your business. But before I talk about promoting your business, I'm going to talk about delivery and packaging of your business. Packaging is important, guys. Packaging is super important. Packaging is protecting the food. Packaging is how people see the food. You know, in our language, they used to say, before you eat food, your eyes would have eaten the food before your mouth eats the food. So it's really important that you're understanding how you want to package. Be very keen about your packaging, how you want to plate your food, how you want the food to get to the owners, which means you have to probably get your own logistic driver or partner with a logistic company to have your own personal logistic driver or dispatch that will be doing your delivery, so that you're not giving food to deliver to somebody in VI and the dispatch is taking 1 minute along the road on the 3rd mainland bridge. Do you understand? Those things happen. We see the tweets every day. So you need a reliable logistic partner. And the next thing you want to talk about or you want to check out is how you want to promote your business. Social media is a necessity in 2022. It's not something you think of, oh, I would think of, I want to, I would like to, I would not like to. No, social media presence is important. And if you don't want your food to be on social media, you can actually find other ways, educative ways to be able to put your business, your food business online. But it's really important. And guess what? Food content are even doing better than every other content. So you want to curate your food content, you want to have a content strategy for your food business so that you're able to position your brand better. So you're able to do your own brand, like your own branding on social media. What do people know you for? There is a lady that does food recipes on Instagram, Diary of a Niger Kitchen Lady or something, and that's just what she does. And she gets endorsement. She has even built a community and become an influencer in the food industry. Lady that just does catering, but what she does is that when she caters for a particular event, she comes up to put the contents from those events so people will know that she's a reliable person and the food she will serve at your event is badass. Like your audience will be well fed, or your audience will know that you spent money in this event. All of these are different content strategies that food vendors or people in the food industry use to be able to get community, get customers on board. You can sell anything in the food industry, but content is really key, because with food, is our eyes first before our money leaves the pocket. So you want to have conversations in that direction. Now, this is your cue to subscribe to this channel. If you've not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? I am going to talk about starting different businesses before the end of this year. I have a lot of content packed out. If you have any comments or you have questions or feedback, you can drop that in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notification to get more videos from me. Now, the last but not the least, promoting your business. Now, I've talked about social media presence, but find ways to promote your business. Find ways to probably share flyers, do billboards, get an influencer to visit your restaurant or taste your food, or get a food critic to talk about your food or taste your food and give feedback and reviews. With food, referrals are really great. When I taste something nice, I will tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. So it's really important for you to invest in paid marketing for your new food business.